Okay. Hey, YouTube people, welcome to 90 Minute Madness. This is Chelsea versus Liverpool preview. We have with us Winchester joining for the first time from Sri Lanka, and we have
Woohoo!
Stevie with us. How are you
Hey, what's
all?
up, mate? Liverpool is the best, mate.
Absolutely. Spoken like the only truth in this universe.
Excited about the signing. So Thiago's there. So a good start to the weekend, I guess. Friday night partying and things like that. So I mean, we don't know if he's going to start against Chelsea, but then his presence is gonna win it for us. Just Thiago things, to be honest.
Look at him, he's already added also.
Yeah, I think that's three
Squad.
points right there for us.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the game
Before we go to the player, let's
what?
start with this new manager rivalry between Klopp and Lampard. What do
What
you
what
guys
Yes.
think about that?
what rivalry? Huh? I mean, like what? So one has won Champions League, Premier League, Club World Cup, Super Cup as the manager of Liverpool. The other has taken a team that finished third to fourth. So what rivalry are we exactly talking about?
Exactly. I
Okay,
mean,
so
it makes
yeah.
no sense. If the rivalry is about having good hair, then I think Klopp still wins hands down. So, like, I'm not pretty much able to comprehend what exactly you're trying to ask us, Sahib. Like, what rivalry? Exactly like what he
So
said.
what happened last season is Frank Lampard at Anfield started crying like a baby, where he started throwing tantrums on the pitch, saying Jurgen Klopp and his staff are being disrespectful. And this was the beginning of this so-called rivalry, as people are saying.
Mm-hmm.
And since then, Klopp has come to the media and said that we don't have money to spend on players like someone like Lampard, and Frank Lampard saying Klopp is disrespectful and all
Mm-hmm.
this. So even in today's press conference, Klopp said there is nothing between us. It's nothing. It's all media generated, but still, it's out there. So that's why the question was.
Uh, I think from Klopp's point of view, he's always respected Lampard, but if he's not going to respect, I think he's got his own reasons because he's not somebody to be respected at. Because I don't find a reason for somebody to be okay with Frank and the crap he throws at our managers and things like that. And as far as the transfer part, I mean, if speaking the truth and being honest about something is what he's going to tag as rivalry, then I think somebody has to go back to school and get the basics done right.
Are you expecting a footballer to go to a school? Is that
If
what
he
you're saying?
needs more education, yes, I think it should be done because you have people like Rooney just tweeting with wrong grammar and sense like that. Because I think it's needed communication. Just because he's a footballer, that doesn't give him the privilege, and especially if it's going to be his mother tongue. Like if I'm going to speak wrong in Sinhalese, then it's bad for Sri Lanka, right? I can't
Are,
do it to my country. So
are
yeah.
you saying Rooney can't speak English? Is that
Yes,
what you're
and
implying?
yes. He
Okay.
cannot play football. That's something the world knows. But then this insight, I think I would like to impart this part of wisdom during this call. Yeah.
Okay.
And
What
see,
do you
personally,
think, Thiago?
yeah, personally, I don't think Klopp gives two shits about what Lampard thinks. Klopp only cares about 3 points. And secondly, like this sort of rivalry that is painted by the media, right? It's probably is only going to play with Lampard's head more than Klopp's because Lampard probably like has pressure going into games like these all season because like the way they have spent now he can like probably like they've spent shit tons of money this season. Okay, so like it will be very interesting to see like how he reacts to these situations because like now he even like his whole team, right? For example, Werner today was throwing an interview saying that okay, like how he snubbed Liverpool, and then how he was basically like impressed with Chelsea's project, more complete project, and like a call with Frank Lampard, which was cool, as per the interview. He was saying that he chose Chelsea. Now, like we are. if we have seen like football like over the years, like I'm gonna say it, but like small clubs always talk about like the bigger clubs in such regards, like how they are doing better than like like an established giant, I would say. So these are like mentality blocks. Like obviously a team like Chelsea is always going to have, like whether we like it or like agree it or not. So I think Klopp doesn't give a shit about it. We only care because we always want to shit on them. Like any game it is, be it FA Cup, Carabao Cup, or like since Champions League, we've been having that sort of rivalry. Like whenever we play Chelsea, we should just end them. So that's about it really. But like it's only 3 points for us, and the good thing about here, I think, is like it's at the Stamford Bridge where there are no fans. Okay, so like we are.
Isn't that the usual case?
I agree because all they do is Chelsea, Chelsea, Chelsea,
With
and
their plastic flags.
and the funny thing is like we sing Liverpool's like "You Will Never Walk Alone" before every game. They sing a like a Chelsea song which basically only has words like "We hate Tottenham, Chelsea." So even if you are playing Burnley, you are singing and thinking about Tottenham.
Tottenham,
That's how
right?
small a club is, right?
Mentality. Agree. Yeah.
So yeah, which is why like I think it's a interesting feature to knock it out of the way. Like if we get 3 points at Stamford Bridge with no fans, great, because when there will be time for Chelsea to play Liverpool, we would be at Anfield and most likely with fans, right? And I think we are the team that actually need uh, fans more than a lot of other teams because the atmosphere we create and how others shit in that atmosphere, the opponents. So I think it will be interesting. But again, 3 points I think for me is a minimum. We must win the first 15 games as we have discussed before. So I think let's have a look at the squads. Like what do you guys think about the goalkeepers?
So
Um,
I know that Kepa is the most expensive keeper in the world, but I think he's the worst keeper in the Premier League I have seen since maybe Karius or Minolet.
yeah. Yeah.
He's that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna throw in Firmino, Salah, Mane against, or even Fabinho against this guy, I think there's gonna be a load of goals for Liverpool.
Hmm. And we will be starting obviously with the best goalkeeper in the world, Alisson, who
Good
has
hand. Yeah.
he has been shaky though. Have you? I don't know if you have
Yeah.
noticed, but he has
Yeah.
conceded a
It's
few
true.
goals near
Yep.
post lately.
Could it be because he's still drunk from our Premier League victory?
Yeah, quite possibly.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, but that's not an excuse we can have if we want to attack the title again.
Yeah.
Like, enough of being drunk. Okay, you're champions, now go and play
New
like
season,
champions.
new season.
Yeah.
Everything starts afresh. Like even Everton is above us, one might say.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah.
Alisson, but yeah, I think he can be counted on decisive moments, like when there is 1-0 and like there is probably a one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
He's someone who you could actually trust to, not Kepa, of course, right? So that's I think we have
Yeah.
an advantage clear in the goalkeeping section, at least I would say. What about defenders? I don't care about their defenders, to be honest. Let's just talk about ours.
I think Trent has been a bit shaky. Uh, and I think, like, compared to last match, if I could make, two changes, it's definitely going to be putting Matip in and remove Gomez for a bit. And while, yes, we can defend Bobby and be like, yeah, he's a superstar and things like that, but I think he's been a bit shaky too. So I would say Minamino in place of Firmino. Yes, of course, you have to, if Thiago is playing, then no doubts about who's exiting from it. And over the defense, I think just Matip and Gomez switch. But otherwise, we should be okay, is what I'm thinking. And like you said, Kepa's keeping is so poor that every time when somebody's going to feed a ball to Salah Mane, I mean, they're just going to take it and crack it. So, yeah.
So, Miss Winchester, who's gonna be your midfield three if Thiago is playing? So, who's gonna be
It's
the other two?
it's going to be Hendo and Kita, definitely. So, I mean, I'm thinking Thiago isn't going to play. But if he's going to play, then definitely this is going to be my strong 11. And Wijnaldum, I think he can get his own cardio machine back at home and do what he normally does. So he's sorted tomorrow whether he's playing or not. People like Chembo, I don't even think that he's gonna feature in my subs because I'm not pretty sure about his fitness. I didn't get a chance to check up on that. Bench is going to be similar to what we had last match, but like I said, I'm going to give Minamino a chance this time. Like I'm focused on the front three than the other half of the team. Yeah.
What about you, Stevie? Who would start for you in the midfield?
Yeah, I don't think I would play Thiago in such a big game without any pre-season training and stuff. I think Henderson, Wijnaldum, and Fabinho makes sense because we are away from home to a supposedly big club. Let's have it.
Mhm.
And about Firmino, I am skeptical because again, his work rate is something Klopp loves. So I think against Chelsea, I don't think he's gonna play Minamino. But for the Matip thing, I totally agree. Gomez has been poor, and even Trent has been poor, but we can't
Yeah.
replace Trent. So
Yeah.
Matip is the obvious replacement in this game for Gomez.
Yeah, and
What do
I
you think?
also feel that Matip, like the more substance to that is because of the fact that like Chelsea may not have Pulisic and like any
Yeah.
pacey player to deal with in case like Trent is out of position. So most likely their attacks would be through the middle. Like I'm not really. We will have a look at their team as well like, in like a few minutes, but
I
then
think the German Shelby they signed.
yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
So and wait, what? Who did this? And I actually lost track of who.
Havertz, German
Oh,
Shelby.
Havertz. Yeah. Okay. But I don't think like he's not a like winger or sort of thing, right? Like so he's gonna be through the middle. So I think our midfield needs more of Fabinho, Henderson, and Keita sort of thing, just to like if we match it. But if you wanna shut them down completely, I would say like Klopp would go with Wijnaldum. So Fabinho, Henderson, and Wijnaldum would be probably our most likely midfield. As you guys said, Thiago just won't start or even feature in this game. I think probably he would be on the bench, but I don't know. It depends on situation whether or not we bring him. Like if we are like 6-0 up, then yeah, fine, bring it on.
Yeah. Mm. Makes sense.
What about the Firmino thing?
Yeah, so no, but our forwards don't change really. So it's all so it's gonna be like Firmino, Mane, and Salah. So I don't think like Klopp would actually go with like Minamino, but like uh, handy player when we are like 70 minutes up on things like that. But I don't think like he would obviously will go with his favorite three because Firmino has
Front three.
also has a knack of scoring goals against Chelsea, right? Like he has
Yeah,
scored like
that's there. Yeah. Mhm.
and like in fact like he scored his only goal at Anfield last season against Chelsea.
Against Chelsea. Yeah.
Yeah, that and the last
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is when like Chelsea fans started saying that Kepa is so bad that even Firmino scored, but they don't know that he has scored winner in like Club World Cup, which
Club
can
World
never
Cup,
win.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think our team would be like to summarize our team would be Alisson, then Trent, Van Dijk, Matip, Robertson, of course, doesn't change. For me, it would be like Fabinho, Henderson, and Wijnaldum, just so that like we can dominate their new and young midfield. And forwards are just gonna be Mane, Salah, Firmino. What about you, Winchester?
Like I said, the only two changes which I am looking at would be swapping Minamino in for Firmino and Matip for Gomez. Just that.
Interesting. And what about you, Stevie?
Yeah, I am gonna go with you the same one. But what I'm interested in rather than the lineups is what formation would you play? Would you play 4-3-3 or maybe ask Firmino to play a bit back as we have seen he comes back way too often, so it would be just Mane Salah in the front and Firmino creeping in midfield because there's no creativity. Or what do you guys think about that?
Honestly speaking, I am thinking I'm just gonna go with 4-3-3 because the last time we again played with Chelsea, we did the same, and I think like Keita's magic, it just pops up from nowhere. So when he's at his best, he just dribbles in, and then his passes are like extremely well fed, that Salah and Mane just go in and tap it. So I'm not gonna risk the formation. So I would say that it is gonna be 4-3-3, and I wouldn't change it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think yeah, I would say I'm inclined to say the same, but the only fact that it may play here is like what formation Chelsea also plays, because this time they will be without wingers, right? Like last time, if you remember, Chelsea's game heavily relied on Willian and another winger, which was Pulisic for them after like lockdown, right? So now with both gone, and the only focal point of attack would probably be like Werner, right? So in this case, they may go like midfield heavy if we because like they have like Mount, then who else? Let's have a look at them, because
German shell.
Kepa we already talked about, right? But defense is like their defense also doesn't like change. They will
Yeah.
probably like go with Alonso and Rudiger, Zuma, and Reece James, who apparently is the next best thing. Huh, doesn't seem like it.
Pisa
But
will play as well because he played against us at Anfield.
hmm. So, but like four at the back, basically, I think for them, and in midfield, I think they would go with Kante, of course, and Jorginho because like nobody else is fit. Or
No, I think it would be Kovacic.
yeah, good shout, because like he has been their like player of the season, I think, last year. And Havertz will obviously play because he has to
Yeah.
justify that you spent money, so might as well
Billion dollar
play.
baby. Yeah.
So that's how their midfield is gonna be. So I think it's gonna be 4-3-3 man for me, because then we would just kind of go identical and with an
Yeah,
advantage of like a winger, right? So I think, but again, like as we see, right, they have Loftus Cheek as well, so he might also kind of consider that, because considering how short of forwards they are, right, they only have like Werner. That's it.
yeah. I don't think Rudiger would play. I think that other guy, I don't know, then Danish centre back, Christensen.
Christiansen.
Christensen. Yeah.
Yeah, he would start, I think, with Zuma, and
Hmm.
then Alonso and the next best thing as fullbacks.
Yes.
And yeah, makes sense. Kovacic, Kante, Havertz, Mount, Werner.
But you know what? They can also play five at the back. How? Because like their captain is Azpilicueta, which we forgot to discuss, right? So he's obviously gonna play.
Yeah. If he's not injured, I have no clue about their injury list.
We
So,
can actually check their last game. What was their last game?
It was against
Brighton.
Brighton, right? They won
Yeah,
1-3, I guess.
yeah,
So
They played a different formation, that much I remember, but then I don't remember. It wasn't definitely 4-3-3, but yeah.
yeah,
no,
Brighton and Chelsea.
I don't
So
think they play 4-3-3.
4-2-2.
yeah, see, they played 4-2-2-2.
Yeah.
So in this
No,
case,
I think they would play Werner on top. So I don't think it would be two at the top.
no. So like this is how the like this is like a arrow pointing that how you can score against Kepa if you look at their formation.
I think
Everybody is
it's
pointing. No, no, go. Just here is Kepa.
Yeah.
But I think they have played four midfielders. In which case, like he has to play Mount because I think probably his love child. Havertz, of course, because gotta justify. Jorginho, I was surprised. Like probably not Kovacic, but Jorginho. But in our game, I think he would play
Mm.
Kovacic because like Jorginho is too lightweight for Liverpool midfield, I think, right? So,
yeah, and I think Kovacic is slightly better than Jorginho anyway. So
but if you look at
no, wait,
forwards,
I just saw a news which says Chelsea midfielder Jorginho joins. Oh, okay, it's some. Uh, Forget it. Edit this one.
okay, no, but if you look at the forwards, they played Loftus-Cheek forward. I don't know. So,
I don't think it would be forward. I think it would be like a role behind Werner rather than him being a forward.
yeah, that's also true. So, but
And what about that guy they signed from Ajax?
no, he's injured, right?
He is.
Oh, Okay, Ziyech, is he
Ziyech.
injured?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he got injured in the preseason friendly they were playing. So yeah.
So he
Very
didn't
nice.
play against Brighton?
No, he did not know.
Okay.
No. Otherwise, like Chelsea fans would be like all over whoa, we have signed we are gonna win like everything there is on the offer. But most likely they're only gonna be in the Carabao Cup semi-final. That's about their achievement this season.
The problem is these guys like don't know that even though they've signed like pretty much quality players, they haven't knitted together. So they just know
Yeah.
big names and they think they've signed somebody and they think they're going to win the trophies. Clearly shows why they are a plastic club. And yeah.
See, this also reminds me of the Bale sale that Tottenham did a few years
Oh
back, and they
yes.
bought like 6 players or 7 players, and
Mhm.
few of them were arguably class. One of them was Ericsson, the other one was, I think, Dembele. Like he was good, but he was injury prone. But he
Yes.
was solid player. But then the rest of them were just like potentials, but
Yeah,
never
but
lived up to it.
I would give you a trivia on this.
Mhm.
Like, who do you think when they replaced all these people at Tottenham with bail money, who was the best one? And the hint is, it has something to do with Firmino.
Something to do with Firmino. No, I cannot think about anything now.
Okay, I would give one more hint, Villarreal.
Soldado.
Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't think of it.
exactly. That's good knowledge, man. I am really proud of you, Mr. Thiago.
Because like your first question was a little tricky, right? Because like they signed so many, so I had to think like which
Yeah,
connection would. But then when you mentioned Villarreal, yeah, it was
yeah,
obvious.
yeah. Oh, that was amazing.
Uh, but yeah, so they signed a lot of players with that money, arguably with potential, right? So Chelsea, like, I don't want to shit on like Werner and Havertz, but only because they didn't join Liverpool. So they are indeed good players, but the fact remains that you need a set of players around you to make you like comfortable and things like that. And when
Yes.
you only have players your age around you,
Mhm.
you are probably gonna be like free to do whatever you want. So like in terms of I don't know. So I think they're the only senior players that they have. Say for example, we signed a senior player, and if you remember, we also signed James Milner in the similar position a few years ago
Right.
when we were
Right.
like under Rodgers, right? But how massive that zero budget signing was for us, right?
Yes.
In long term, like be like playing in different positions or like being like coaching like young people, like even Robertson, how
Being the
close
mentor.
James
Yeah.
Milner.
So true.
And
Yeah,
like
like they say, leadership cannot be taught,
Thought.
and that's how it is, right?
yeah,
Some players are just leaders, like Steven Gerrard or you mentioned James Milner.
yeah.
So
And
you can't
Lampard was
teach
not a
something like
captain.
that.
No, Terry was. So
Yeah, Terry was a real good leader. Yeah.
So in this case, like, yeah, so I think their team does have like the buzz of the town probably because of the fact like we have seen some YouTube clips and think that whoa, the same is gonna happen in the real games. But you know, yeah, meeting's not running out. We still have 10 minutes just in case.
Okay.
So
Thanks for the info.
yeah,
Oh, brilliant.
but you see, like Tammy Abraham, like again a young forward, but probably like not a direct competition to Werner.
Werner.
Giroud.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
like Giroud a lot because like he scores decisive goals. Also has a knack of scoring against Liverpool and things like that. But he is not like a starter, right? So he's not gonna start games. And this guy, Callum Hudson-Odoi, the only thing I know about him is that like he was one of the first players to get COVID. So that's about it. No footballing
Mhm.
knowledge I have about him. So maybe that's shame on me.
But
But
I'm just
not more.
impressed that you could pronounce him correctly.
What?
So true.
I'm
Yeah.
just
The name
impressed that
pronunciation.
you
Yeah.
pronounced him correctly. Yeah. That's a tricky part.
Okay. No, but yeah, I'm not a United fan, so So Kai Havertz
Okay.
is, I think, will be interesting to watch. Probably he and Werner have a goal in them. I think because they are going to score at least one goal. Uh, so I think that connection. But I think if we look at their defense and goalkeeper, I think I am expecting us to score at least two, max four, five, six. I don't care.
Hmm. So, what is going to be the final score prediction according to you both?
Man, I hate to predict it, so I'll just leave you guys do it.
Sahil?
Yeah, I would go for a 2-1 win with a Trent free kick and maybe a Firmino goal to win it
What about you, Winchester?
I'm
from
thinking
Sri
it's going to
Lanka.
be super neck to neck. So, I'm going with 2-3 for us. So, yeah. But I'm not gonna like anybody can score tomorrow. Like I said, Kepa, anybody can score. Like Klopp from nowhere can score while trying to pass the ball to Trent during a header or something. But I think it's gonna be 2-3 to Liverpool tomorrow. The 3 points right in our bag and getting a good game out of it tomorrow. Yeah.
I,
And
I I wouldn't predict because that's something I don't like to do really. So I'm just gonna say like a few things about the game because like we can obviously score like you guys said more than two goals because like we have the forwards and midfield, but I think we should not concede. Like I would love a clean sheet and
Right.
like you know because like if we shut them like up like by not letting them score when like Werner and Havertz are on the pitch, that basically kills their confidence for the season coming because like they were like it's a psychological thing. It's very early in the season. Let them know like
Yeah.
shut the fuck up. You can't score against the best defense in the land. So,
Right.
I didn't like the fact Leeds kept scoring,
Scoring. Yeah.
to be honest. Because, like, even though we can trust our forwards to do their magic, like it's nice to have like defense letting others team know that, okay, go on. You can't win against Liverpool. So, like, in Klopp's mentality has always been like, we are the most difficult team to play against, is what he wants to, want us play. So I think we have the potential and to score more than two goals. I think
Mhm.
so. Yeah, but not letting them concede is what I would love.
And it'll be nice if we can use their jersey to call it the final score, like two,
Yeah,
three,
yeah.
and
That
just put
that
their
could
jersey.
also be
Yeah.
one for the memes.
Yeah. Exactly. It would be nice.
And
that is a good one. That's a good one, yeah.
so yeah, and so I think it's gonna be an interesting game, and happy that we'll be knocking tricky fixture out of the way so early in the season. It's same as like Arsenal in the next one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when these teams have not gelled, we have even gotten rid of like leads because like as the season progresses, they are gonna be a threat. And as you can see,
True.
they have already scored four against
Yeah.
Fulham.
Hmm.
So there will be a tricky things for other teams to handle. So yeah, with that, I think any final comments, Winchester?
I mean, I'm just hoping for the best to happen tomorrow, and it'll be nice if Thiago could just get 2 minutes on the field at least. Because if he's gonna miss this, then I think it's Lincoln FC, right? The next match, the cup match.
Yeah.
I hope he doesn't get the debut there. So that would be it. And yeah, hoping for 3 points.
Yep. What about you, Stevie?
Yeah, I just hope we go there and conquer London because why not? Liverpool is the best. So let's show the Londoners what we are.
Yep. And my final thoughts would be like Steven Gerrard was always better than Frank Lampard. Okay,
Always.
thank you very much for joining.
I thank you, Miss Winchester, for joining us for the first time.
Yeah,
I hope
I did
you
not
had
know they had
fun.
internet in Sri Lanka, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly. I was so surprised.
Yeah, we don't have Wi-Fi, so I have to use my mobile connection. It's quite tough,
You have a
challenging.
mobile?
Yeah, yeah, because I earn 5K and I could get myself my own mobile, and
Oh,
yeah,
so
just
so
for
they
this.
so they don't use like coconuts and strings in there.
You're going
That's
to
a very
edit this
good
part,
question.
right?
Yeah,
Man,
of course.
Yeah,
today,
we used to, but then just for this program, I had to invest, and that means that I'm gonna have to starve for the next 20 days. But it's worth it, I think. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
that's
thanks a lot. That means a lot.
Yeah, anytime, anytime. Cool then.
Okay, cheers.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
Until
Yes,
next week,
bye.
take care.
Until
Bye
next
bye.
time.
YNWA.
YNWA.